I've never been more sick of Ethan Klein. And
Winter is prepping? You don't need to prep. You don't need to prep. What? Don't need... Hey, yo, I'll commit violence inside... Excuse me?
in June 2025, unreal how he keeps scaling his worthlessness. I gotta say, every time a new round of discourse pops off between like the Ethan versus the lefty crowd, I'm noticing, I'll say it like this. I'm noticing it more now. Every single time I can see the pattern.
Oh shit, dude. I mean, okay, so if Pisco defends, if Pisco, sorry, the fucking general chat is distracting me. It's so fucking funny, okay? If Pisco defends Ethan Klein, all right, and Hutch, sorry, if Pisco is against Ethan Klein and Hutch defends Ethan Klein, I wonder if at some point they're going to debate each other on this, because they have a very strong bridge with one another, okay? So I'm wondering, okay, whether or not there's going to be a fight, right? That's what I'm saying.
Patterns that emerge of how the conversations play out. There is so much dishonesty from these other communities when it comes to Ethan. Like whatever opinion you have of the lawsuit, I can accept people having different opinions. I'm not going to fight you on all of your opinions, but we watched the video on stream. It was very clear that Ethan was targeting creators that met or passed a certain threshold of malicious intent to steal his content, to literally steal his content, to deprive him of a view by giving them a view instead, and even going beyond.
Let this bald man spit. Spit, bald man. That's right. What he lacks in hair, he makes up for in good takes. Okay, thank you, Hutch. All right. Please rebuild the Bridge of Destiny, please. Okay.
On that, where it's not just about like, let's take a view from Ethan, actually give me a Prime sub, give me money, give me a subscription, give me a follow. Personally enriching their brand through this malicious action. That was the distinguishing actions that these three people took that the other people did not take. And if you watch...
Oh boy, okay.
Oh shit.
All right, what's the litigation? Shit. You guys are both on stream.
I'd just like to take a moment and say that this fucking this Yole guy, what's his name? Let me find him. Yeah, Velo guy.
Velo?
This Velo guy, he's got some serious mental issues. There's nothing
that?
Yeah, there's some clockwork that's not right up there. Just
what makes you
that
say
out
that?
to the world. I mean, just look at this guy. I mean, there's clearly
an
something
anime
wrong.
profile picture. What can you infer from that?
Well, I mean, not much, honestly, but I can certainly infer a lot from, you know.
GLHF.
Thank you. Thank you for the 10 Australian area. I appreciate that.
It's all wrong.
No, I don't know what you mean, actually. Please
Wait.
explain.
What's the disagreement? What's the disagreement? What's up?
The disagreement is that this Velo guy is a lawyer. He's a TOS lawyer. He's a lawyer of the highest order.
What? He's a lawyer of the highest order? That's a big compliment. That's a huge compliment.
He's the entirety of the Harvard Law School, dude. This guy's Harvard Law School. This guy is a whole law firm.
That's a crazy compliment.
I think you're just mad.
This person.
You're just mad that he found something that triggers you and makes you break character. Okay.
What'd you say? Oh no! Listen, I'm ass mad right now. Okay, I'm butthurt because he reported my account. He reported my account, dude. This is like the one account I have for everything, all because of one little joke. Just one little joke.
What's your account standing like right now?
It's ass, dude. I've been threatening people since 2014. Dude. I've been hunting people down since 2014.
Okay, but you haven't said any trigger words, right? So you're gonna be fine.
No, I mean, I said I was gonna hunt him down at his house in Los Angeles.
Dude, I've been fed posting
In Minecraft, right? In
every
Minecraft,
day.
in Minecraft, right? In Minecraft.
Oh yes.
In Minecraft, right? In
obviously-
Minecraft.
Okay, well, clearly it's a joke.
Minecraft.
It's a joke.
You're on stream. You're on stream.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
on stream, I'm
Jesus.
sorry.
Don't get me.
It's
Don't
a
get my
joke. In
YouTube banned
Minecraft.
too.
I
Okay,
didn't know
fuck.
that.
I'm sorry, it's a
Okay.
joke.
I don't want to get J stuffed. All right. Okay.
I'm building FPV drones with improvised. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing.
What the fuck?
I'm playing around. So what are we debating about? Economic theory? I mean.
No.
No,
Okay.
no,
all right.
no,
if there's
no,
nothing
no,
else,
no,
if there's
no,
nothing
no.
else, I'm getting you out. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm not.
No,
No,
interested.
no. Let's pick a topic. Let's pick a topic.
I thought you guys were gonna do blood sports. I thought you guys were gonna start like insulting each other or some shit, right?
No,
I didn't
doing
think that far ahead.
without resorting to death threats. Like
No, we're resorting to economic.
don't look
We're
at
resorting
me.
to debate.
I'm
We're
not
no,
resorting
that's
saying
to,
boring. Okay. All right.
It's dialectical analysis.
No.
Okay.
To the video, Ethan's pretty clear about that. He says, technically he could have gone after bigger creators like XQC and Hassan. Well, not Hassan, because he asked Hassan to watch it, but like XQC and Asmongold, who, or me, a Lonerbox, right? Like people that watched the entire thing. And the reason why he targeted these specific creators.
Didn't think that far ahead, dude. The problem is that Winter is just like he's too scared to blood sports harder over voice chat. He just says the craziest shit on text, but then in voice chat he's like shy and amicable, and clearly he has a smile behind every single fucking like insult. It's like he doesn't mean it. Like what the fuck? Right? When you insult someone, you got spit.
Creators, Rogan, Denims, and Caseytron, was because all three of them said, let's take a view.
Bro. I'm saying this right now. If you don't know how to insult without like making a death threat or making a rape threat or something like that, I'm sorry, okay? That's a skill issue. You need to up your game, all right? You can't just go to the fucking the easiest, most laziest like Xbox Live insult, all right? To make your blood spores, okay? Can't you be a little bit more creative? If someone looks vaguely like Michael Jackson, say, "Oh, you're Michael Jackson from Walmart." You're like if someone tried to draw Michael Jackson from memory. All right. And since Yoj posted like a fucking femboy photo, you can just say, Yoj, you'll never pass. Like there's so many creative insults you can give. Why the fuck do you have to always resort to death threats? What the fuck? So lazy.
Away from him. That was the distinguishing action here. And the way that they're framing it, I mean, I don't know if Hassan is framing it this way, but like people in his orbit, like the Hassan extended universe, the Gato Fumador account, and all the same cast of characters, they're all saying that he targeted them because they're women. The HCU, that could be a good way of putting it. Yeah, the Hassan cinematic universe. They're phrasing it like he's targeting smaller female creators, and it's like that is not what he said, and what he demonstrated through their own actions. Very clearly, like what he showed.
In Minecraft is not a legal defense. It's not supposed to be a legal defense. It's a YouTube one, okay?
In his video was very clearly, I mean, it's like textbook DMCA. If you're going out of, it's already a gray area. Like React content, it's already a bit of a gray area, But when somebody comes out and
never attack someone in I would never do that unless they're Serbian or Jewish.
and says what they said so explicitly, that's just textbook DMCA and copyright. And going further with like going after Reddit mods for the Snark subreddit, that subreddit was actively doing the same thing. Like the subreddit, whatever the Snark one is, they were doing the same thing. Here are mirror links. They would link. Here are mirror links that you can watch in order to not give Ethan a view. That's just textbook DMCA. And then when you add on top of this, like, let's not even get into the harassment over the last like year and a half, directed towards like Gila in particular, but Ethan as well, right? These people had CPS called on them. Do you understand that? Like, I don't think people quite understand. The conversation that I had with Vadim really illustrated that point. I think a lot of people really don't understand the seriousness of getting CPS called on your family. That's a new level of harassment. I don't even know what to call that. We're so well beyond harassment at that point. You're in the system now. You are in the system now. where you have to
and people go after Ethan Klein for using the system, all right, for using the system to go after the same people who called CPS. Like, I'm sorry, like, who took it to the system first, right? It's Hassan's orbiters that took it to the system first. No, yeah. Anyway,
demonstrate to the government that you are capable, competent, responsible enough to have guardianship over your own child. You're in the system now. So the fact that Ethan would punch back in this kind of way, it really shouldn't surprise anyone. Like, I feel like I'd probably do the same thing in that spot, wouldn't you?
Base shops, if you think I'm base, get a membership, okay? You're still a white name for whatever reason, okay?
I'd probably do the same thing. Like, would you guys not want to do the same thing? And then the framing of it is just so bizarre to me, because I saw you kind of see, like, social media is interesting because you start to see like the same arguments pop.
They didn't call CPS, they just fostered the environment. Yeah, yes, technically speaking, yes, you're right. Yeah. But I say call CPS because with all practicality, they basically did. Okay? Like, it doesn't matter. It could be just a random viewer that has never chatted anywhere with no receipts or anywhere, right? I mean, in that case, yeah, it is kind of unfair for me to go, yeah, you know what? Technically, we don't have any kind of solid evidence that it is like these groups of people that have encouraged people to call CPS. But yeah, of course, like, yeah, dude, the thing is that technically it doesn't really even matter. Okay, whatever. I'm trying to cover your legal bases. You are a chatter in the chat, and I'm pretty sure that can't be a legal defense all that well, all right, or not a strong legal defense.
Up, like, okay. You click into a thread where there's a lot of discourse about the situation, specifically like the Ethan Hassan, you know, lawsuit situation, all that. When you click into the threads, you start to see patterns. You start to see like the same arguments being made. So we started to see this entrapment argument pop up. You have to be pretty online to be aware of this stuff, but I think a lot of you guys are pretty familiar with all this.
Controls the legal system? Oh, you're right.
But we started to see the entrapment argument being, and then you see, especially if you go into like For You on Twitter, because then Twitter has kind of figured out like you're likely to click on tweets that are talking about X particular issue.
Oh yeah, wait, where the hell is where the hell is our resident canvasser? Person who has done canvassing before. We have 2 canvassers now in the chat. All right. In addition to Egghead, we also have well, excluding me, of course. But like, man, that Russie something, I don't know. Dude,
start serving you a lot of these.
Fuck me.
And it's over. Sure enough, no, I don't know who was the first person to do it, but like there's an account on Twitter that I think is pretty bad called Can't Ever Die. Just a lot of
flobbers. You don't. I'm kidding. No. Okay, that's based. I didn't know about that.
Bad takes, like a lot of like really bad takes, and like so this person on Twitter says, "I'm not a legal expert, but posting a video admitting you intentionally targeted specific creators and that you laid all of this out as a trap seems like it will lead to an automatic loss, right?" And then I think Hassan retweeted this person, and it's like 100,000 likes, 5,000 retweets, almost 900 replies, and none of this is true. Like, entrapment has nothing to do with this. That's not a valid argument, and you can't make that argument in court in a civil trial.
Wait, yeah, that's true. If you can just claim everything is entrapment, can't you just get out of every single fucking case? That has to be true, right? That has to be true. Because otherwise, every single defendant could just claim entrapment and get out of every fucking scenario. So obviously you can't just claim that, right? And you can't prove it either because the fuck, you are the one that went on to steal the content. So it's like, no one's forcing you to do the malicious part. Like, literally no one is forcing you to do the malicious part. So yeah, like, it's not like someone pointed a gun at Denim's head and said, you better say to your stream that you don't want traffic to go to Ethan Klein, all right? Unless that was what, like, she was talking about. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. It's not even close to entrapment. Yeah, isn't entrapment like FBI agent pretending to be a little girl in order to trap like some child predator online or something? Like that's more entrapment, no? Like you're actually setting up the crime in which there is a guaranteed outcome where it would be where someone would be caught through legal means, right? Police related. Yeah, exactly. Also, yeah, like the word entrapment no longer has any meaning either because entrapment only refers to FBI, right? FBI doing shit or some shit, right? Or the police doing shit. Yeah. Winter has caused the Discord to be down 2 whole users. Who? Oh no. Dude, Winter, what the fuck? It's fucked up.
Assessing like damages and harm, you can't say, oh, well, the person trapped me into maliciously stealing my content. Therefore, case closed. This one's open and shut, boy.
New guy left because Winter was too weird. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
It's like, it's just, none of this is rooted in reality. Yeah, entrapment is a thing for, like, criminal charges, but
Guys, winter mute is good for activity on the server, but sometimes it goes too far, okay?
not civil. That's got nothing to do with this. I saw a lawyer talking about it, and there was a clip from a lawyer, and it was like, simplify this. Like, imagine if you put a sign outside your home door, like, I dare you to try to break into my home, and then somebody breaks into the home. Like, you're not gonna go to the cops and be like, well, the
Unban Wormslayers? Dude, when Wormslayers begins to take meds, alright? I'm not gonna lie, alright? Then we are Gucci, okay? Then we are Gucci, alright? But until then, you know. Probably spam DMing me and like fucking having a autistic spurg out in our DMs is probably not the best way to resolve an issue, okay? Twinkie defense, yeah, I've heard about that too.
sign said, fucking, I dare you to break into my home. But that's just one pattern. So like the entrapment pattern, then all of a sudden, because of this post, and because a lot of people spend a lot of time online, now there's like, every time you click into a thread about this Ethan lawsuit.
It wasn't even that bad. It's not about how bad it was. It's about annoying me, okay? And finding an excuse, all right? If you annoy me enough, yeah, I will probably perma you.
Dude, people are like, oh, this is textbook entrapment, bro. And then another pattern was
Loki,
like,
okay? See example
I started to see like a lot of people calling Ethan petty. Ethan's so petty for this. And then of course, you know, you can trace it back, and there's like one post that has like just popped off, and it has like 30,000 likes or whatever. And Ethan is one of the most petty.
You know, in my time as a content creator, in my time as a content creator, one thing I've understood, Worms did commit the cardinal sin of overpinging. No, it's because at first, okay, you guys don't know what happened. So at first, I timed out Worm for like an hour, okay? Or whatever, all right, for overpinging. And then after timing her out for an hour, then she starts spamming me in DMs, okay? Then yeah, of course, you're like doubling down and going crazy over like a temporary punishment, all right? With an unhinged response. Yeah, of course.
Creators in the space, but this is so petty. And it's like,
so no,
that's one way to look at it. Like, is it not petty to be like, hey, watch this video on my stream while I make money from it, and
if
let's explicitly deprive Ethan
you.
of a, like, that's not petty? That's not petty? Like, how is that not petty? There's just a lot of, I think, tribalism. Like a lot of tribalism. And so for a lot of people, they're in the HCU tribe, the Hassan Cinematic Universe. They're in that tribe. And they have certain common characteristics that make them a part of.
Bro, Winterme, you gotta stop driving people away. Holy shit. Jesus. Also, like, now that the server is active, you know, Winter's use, okay, for general chat technically has expired, okay? It is time to perma Winter. Okay, I'm kidding, joking. All right.
The tribe. And they're loyal to the tribe. The sign said, fucking, I dare you to break into my home. But that's just one pattern. So like the entrapment pattern, then all of a sudden, because of this post, and because a lot of people spend a lot of time online, now there's like, every time you click into a thread about this Ethan lawsuit, people are like, oh, this is textbook entrapment, bro. And then another pattern was like,
textbook.
I started to see like a lot.
Textbook entrapment is again like trying to bait like child predators. Okay, that is textbook entrapment. But okay.
A lot of people calling Ethan petty. Ethan's so petty for this. And then of course, you know, you can trace it back, and there's like one post that has like just popped off and it has like 30,000 likes or whatever. And Ethan is one of the most petty creators in the space. But this is so petty. And it's like, that's one way to look at it. Like, is it not petty to be like, hey,
bro, entrapment can only be done by law enforcement. Dude, words have no longer any meaning, okay? You say these terms in order to load it with some kind of emotional meaning, just so you can start confusing people, okay? You know, that's the problem with the way that, you know, people like J-Stalk and such do things, all right? That's the problem. Is that you begin to twist meanings, you begin to twist words, and eventually nothing means anything anymore, you know? And anything means everything.
watch this video on my stream while I make money from it, and let's explicitly deprive Ethan of a, like, that's not petty? That's not petty? Like, how is that not petty?
Right. It is literally also petty. Yes, it's literally petty. Yeah, it is. No, the Hansen stuff isn't legally entrapment, because entrapment means forcing them to do the crime that they wouldn't already do. Yes. Okay, I think that is more of a fair way of defining it. Entrapment is a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing, right? From what I remember. Right? Like if a cop holds a gun to a criminal's, not, sorry, that's just threatening then. Like fucking, like at gunpoint, okay? Fuck. Like, what would be a good example of entrapment then? I feel like a good example of entrapment would be something like trying to goad somebody IRL, okay, into committing a crime. Like, you're trying to convince them as hard as possible in person or over the internet, one-to-one, to commit a crime. And you set up all the correct, like, attributes for it or something, right? And you basically don't really give them a choice either sometimes. Wouldn't that be? No, I don't know. I would have to think about it, I think.
There's just a lot of...
But whatever it is, it's not entrapment in either sense, because entrapment feels like it's one of these things that have a very specific definition. But
I think tribalism, like a lot of tribalism. And so for a lot of people, they're in the HCU tribe, the Hassan Cinematic Universe. They're in that tribe. And they have certain common characteristics that make...
So as long as he didn't admit to it, then it's not entrapment? I don't know. I would have to think about it. I have to think about, like, how entrapment is even defined. An undercover cop convincing someone to buy drugs from them who otherwise wouldn't? That's entrapment? Oh, shit, that's a good example? All right, okay, I see. Yeah, then in that scenario... Well, entrapment has to include law enforcement, right? By definition. It has to include law enforcement, right? Oh, a cop poses as a drug dealer and pressures a guy repeatedly to buy drugs. The guy says no several times, but finally gives in. Oh, okay, I see. Well, then Ethan is fine. Yeah, then it couldn't be. Well, I mean, by definition, it couldn't be, because Ethan Klein is not a police. Ethan Klein is not a cop working. I think you have to be, like, actively on your shift. I think you also have to be actively on your shift, no? Like, you have to be during work hours or some shit, no? Anyway.
them a part of the tribe. And they're loyal to the tribe.
Because what if Ethan Klein is a cop? What if Ethan Klein is a cop, but then he does this on his own time, right? If he does this on his own time, then technically it still shouldn't be entrapment, right? It has to be on your time. Anyway. Like, if you're at a bar and you're, like, antagonizing a guy, does that count? Does that count as entrapment, guys? Like, if you're trying to antagonize a guy at a bar? Fuck me. I don't know. Okay, fuck, I would have to think about it.
Tribe. Because they believe, like, there's certain things that they believe, and a lot of this is defined by like the conflict in Gaza over the last
for harassment? No,
couple years.
you can't.
So they have these really firm beliefs about that situation, and anybody who diverges from that in any way, like even if there's 99% overlap, but there's
Foodshops, Ethan is not a police. Also, no, you don't have to be on clock, only operating with your authority. Oh, as your authority. Okay, so the way that you present matters. Okay, I see. Imagine how many women would be charged with entrapment if they want a free meal from a date. Oh, no, you have a good point there. You actually have a good point. Okay, shit. I didn't think about it like this. That's actually holy shit. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true, isn't it? Yeah. Would you be able to sue these women for theft? Right? Would you be able to sue these women for theft because they want a free meal out of a date? Entrapment pertains to criminal cases. This is civil, it's not entrapment. Yeah, exactly. I think that should be the beginning end of it, really. People just use words that sound good for their position without caring about definitions. Yeah, I agree. And that's what JSOC does. Yeah, true. Oh, okay. Yeah, I almost missed out on this interesting discussion. Because stupid Discord drama, okay.
1% difference. That person's out of the tribe. And if they're out of the tribe, it's not just about like, oh, we have slight differences. If they're out of the tribe, that person is your mortal enemy. And, you know, I saw Asman say something similar. I'm about to agree with Asman, even though, like, obviously you guys know how I feel about Asman. If you guys have, I don't think he's particularly, I think he does incalculable damage to young men. But he said something that I thought was very accurate, which is that, you know, so they're in this tribe and they have kind of defined themselves by advocacy for Palestinians, which there's nothing like inherently wrong with that, but like they have a certain set of demands that they make of anyone in their tribe. Like, we demand that you think this and this and this and this. And because they see their cause as something that is just wholly righteous, they think that this means that they can't, like, nothing that they do is wrong or bad definitionally, because they have this belief about they believe that their cause is righteous. They believe that their cause is the most important cause in the world right now, and because they're doing advocacy for this
anything
cause,
is justified.
They can't do any wrong. Like, everything they do is righteous,
except for rape. Okay, but then if your side does actually do rape, in that specific scenario, it does seem as though it does seem as though that, you know, you're just gonna deny the rape even happened in the first place then, right? So yeah, pretty fucked up. Did you see the drunk driver doing the genocide meme? No, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Definitionally, because they themselves are righteous, because the cause that they advocate for is righteous. And so if they call if one of them calls CPS on a creator that they don't like, or any other extreme example that you can give, all of that is valid because their cause.
Oh, hell no. Velo is back in the Discord. That's cute.
Is righteous. You're talking about evangelists. I mean, it is a bit religious. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds me a bit of religion. How many times did you see in terms of like posts on social media? How many times did you see in the last couple days that people were posting things on Twitter in the form of like a question, which was kind of baffling to me. They were posting like, I just don't understand why Ethan is doing this. Like, what would be the point of doing this? Like, I saw so many posts of those kinds of tweets from people, and it's like, well, did you watch the fucking video? Like, I think that's going on too. I think a lot of people feel like they don't want to support Ethan in any way, so they just won't watch the video that's provoking these conversations. They just don't want to do it because they feel like they'd be I'm just speculating. They feel like they'd be betraying their principles by giving him a view. But in doing that, they're commenting on a situation that they don't know. They have known nothing about it. Like, why would you go on twitter.com or fire up Twitter on your phone or whatever and type out, I just don't understand why Ethan is doing this. Well, did you watch the fucking video? Why would you ask the question? Just ask somebody. Like if you don't want to watch the video, just
True. We need to bring common sense back, okay? Real common sense, okay? Real common sense. All right. Dude, some motherfuckers just like go on Twitter and they just type out the dumbest shit, okay? Bro, no one's paying you. All right? I'm not typing out dumb shit unless someone is paying me, okay? Are you paid? Like, are you paid to say the dumbest shit? Okay. Yeah.
you could find a summary online. Some people think he's personally motivated rather than him selling it as he is doing it to protect Twitch. Even if we believe that, and I mean, forget about yourself for a second, but like, what would you do if like a particular community had been like savagely harassing your wife for over a year to the extent?
Bro, I really want Hutch to debate Pisco now. They definitely disagree, no? They definitely disagree, no? Fuck.
That CPS was called on your home. Like,
no, yes, no.
What would you do? So what? What if he is motivated by grievance? We know why Ethan is doing it. He's been having a mental breakdown since Hassan made him cry a year ago. I mean, that's one way to put it. Anyways, I don't know. I just felt like it's topical. I wanted to talk about it. I feel like anybody with two brain cells to scrape together, if they thought about it long enough, would probably start to understand why he would want to take action against particular people.
Yeah. No, he's right. And he's right. And I'm glad. I'm glad that, because I've been seeing a lot of stupid fucking takes. I've been seeing a lot of stupid fucking takes about, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like, okay.